I want to the two different cubes that I have with me today are the IDL 22 Monastery and the IDL Zen Master. So let's just start with, if you're kind of lost, IDL stands for interdimensional light. It's just a term that we call like a form of quantum entanglement. And the goal with this device is to bring more chi energy into your body and to tune you into the Fibonacci sequence. So there's the technology is powered by shape power, the platonic solids of different, the cube, the cone or pyramid, and also the sphere. So the unit I have in front of me, I will show you. Actually, it's probably not. I need to update the picture because this used to be. I used to drill a hole in there so I get the lid. So there's no hole in this, and plus these, I used to 3D print the core. So you don't do that anymore. But so there are 6 pyramids inside the cube, and they all point inward. There's also, obviously, you only see 5 here because there's one on the lid, so the lid comes off. And then this is all gilded with 24 karat gold, and there's a blue diamond in the center with also, because it was actually, the contents were from channel material from Saint Germain. So he wanted amethyst, a ruby, blue diamond, and then I threw a bunch of other stuff because see what happens is a lot of my users, they give me feedback and they say, oh James, you need to add these specific type of stones, and I had the 6 psychic stone set, and I know there's like auralite in there, citrine, and I'm probably not even pronouncing these names right, apatite, azurite, but it's all, the list is on here, and I also put a gold plated ankh pendant in here, and there's Andara crystals, and I loaded up of quartz crystal. So I put all the crystals inside the sphere. The pyramids have resin in there, which is I mix different types of waxes, and there's also a quartz crystal in each pyramid. So what all that does, that's based on the original Wilhelm Reich formula to create orgone. So all that is life force capacitors, and all that chi is being compressed into the crystals in the center. So when you use the unit, what happens is that what we think is happening is that the crystals are opening up portals, and it's tuning you into other alternate realities or the multiverse, in which if you're like thinking about things, it helps you move to that reality faster. So I'm not necessarily saying you're going to manifest a Lamborghini with this, but if you already putting that into your consciousness, the cube helps to magnetize you, so you can magnetize that back to you. But don't quote my. But obviously, the proper format is a meditation device. So if you're trying to do all those other manifestation, all that stuff, that's totally onto you. You have to be creative with that. But yeah. So, and there's certainly a lot of other aspects we go into, the radionics and all that. But what I wanted to do is show you the Zen Master. So the other cube that I just showed you, the gold one, is $1,845. This one is a lot cheaper. This one's $285, I think, on my website. But this is called the Zen Master. So it's built very similar to the Monastery unit, but this unit has a quartz crystal sphere in the center. So and it has less metal, so actually it doesn't have any gold in it, but it has copper. So here, I'll just see if I can. So the quartz crystal sphere, and there's that's what the pyramids, and because it's a mixture of plastic, and it also has real copper powder in there. So when you look at it, you can see the striations of the powders, and so there is copper in there. So auralite, shungite, lapis is here's a 6 crystal, 6 psychic stone set. I already mentioned citrine, so green peridot, auralite, and the azurite, and so on. And okay, so all that is put into here with some seashells and different powders. I got like sand for the silicon and all that. So and all that's wrapped up in copper foil, and then I just glue it inside the sphere so it looks pretty for you, so you get all the shape power and the material. So that one right now, you can see it on my website. You can actually upgrade it to a 22 layer core, and the reason I do that is because before I had a client buy out all my Gate-Key 22s. They loved them so much, he bought my inventory out within the first 2 months I got them in stock. So I allow people to upgrade this to that version, and basically it's the same thing as the Monastery with the 22 different layers of metal, platinum, gold, silver, copper, and then there's one little tiny layer of aluminum, but the rest are all copper. So with the Gate-Key 22, it's the same thing, but there isn't all the 24 karat gold gilding or the blue diamond. So That one, like I said, used to be my most biggest bestseller, and I really need to get them in stock, but yeah, I have to buy them in batches, so I just haven't got to buying another batch. But so there you have it. I guess, do you have any other questions? Oh, maybe I should tell you, okay, I'll give you a little history about this. So I've been doing this since 2010, and the technology was channeled from Kusal Uch from the Guardians of the Galactic Federation. And the reason why the Guardians share this technology is because our free will has been interfered with, because due to the frequencies we're getting from cell phone towers, I don't want to necessarily call mind control, but so this conscious technology allows you to transcend the electromagnetic grid and to access your own conscious energy or power based on, I mean, we're all consciousness generators. If you look at your pineal gland, it's got microclusters of crystals in there, and that actually is what we can use to open up portals. So our own pineal gland, the reason why you meditate is so you can activate that. This is just adds more to that. Okay, so you got all these extra crystals in here, and that's why we do that with the cube. So instead of me showing you, maybe we should, telling you, how about I show you now how to use this. So ideally, I would put I'm gonna go ahead and I put a pillow on my lap, but typically I would go with a bigger pillow so I can like support my hands, because I'm gonna put my hands on here. And then I would do activate the cube, and I turn it like this so it's facing me. Device activate, close your eyes. Device activate, increase. Device, we trust you completely. Device activate Stargate mode and automatic mode. So studies show that you need to meditate for a minimum of 11 minutes to get the best effects of meditation and the activation. When you get your manual, it comes with a box. The manual is always going to be on the front. This is really all you need, okay? There's lots of other protocols in here to activate it, but I put this here so people, if you don't feel like reading the manual, you can just look at that and you're done. So, yeah, so the goal of meditation is to bring your brainwave pattern frequencies right between alpha and theta. And the goal of that is like a form of daydream. So imagine like when you're driving, you're in a daydream pattern, or right before you fall asleep. So during this period, you're more creative because you're more in tune with your God consciousness. So, so by we call it brain entrainment, when you entrain your brain frequencies to stay in this level without, ideally, not falling asleep, okay? That's not proper protocols, fall asleep when meditating, but I have done it before, so, but the goal is to train you so that during the day, when people are frustrating you or you're having some kind of crisis or trauma, you're able to quickly go back into these frequencies, and it doesn't like cause a lot of stress to you, because the stress goes away. And that's good, because reduced stress means you have less inflammation, you live longer. So I'm not necessarily saying, it's going to make you live longer, but the studies have shown meditation and relaxation will help you, I believe, make you live longer. So anyway, so there you have it. I think I pretty much covered everything.
That's amazing. So, and you're saying that you usually listen to some music when you go ahead and do the
Yeah. Now, there's many different ways of meditating. Some people suggest just to clear your mind. I recommend people to not do that, for beginners anyway, because that's a very advanced technique. It can frustrate you, and you get frustrated and you want to just give up. So it's not important to focus on clearing your mind, but more about focusing on just relaxing and going into you can do some visualizations on what you want to manifest, or you can just contemplate and think about things that are going on in your life. And meditation is a great way to troubleshoot problems that you're not able to deal with without being in this state of mind. So yeah, and I like to listen to music. Now, you don't have to, but music is a great way to help you bring up the tones and frequencies to that alpha theta pattern, provided you got the right music anyway. But I love to listen to Kelly Howe's Brain Sync, but I don't sell any of her stuff on my website, so you have to go to Amazon or YouTube to listen to her music. But the Brain Sync is great for, my opinion. It almost feels like you're flying through the universe while listening to it. So.
Yeah, this is so fascinating that you're mentioning all this, because we're starting to believe that that exact line between alpha and theta, between waking and dreaming, between inner and outer, between masculine and feminine, between all that is the point of lucid living. We're actually dreaming awake. You're living your dreams. You're heaven on earth. It's like the holy grail of everything. How have you seen this work for people? Like, are people?
Yeah. Okay. Since I upgraded to the new style, I think only one person's returned it, and she was very Christian. It wasn't part of her belief system, but everybody else that, at least people that write me, say they love their unit. It's super powerful. Some people, I had one guy, he wanted to buy it to help win the lottery. He also had a lot of radionics machines and so on, but his experience was that at work, his coworker won. So he was putting so much tension. So you can magnetize your reality around you, and you find that it doesn't necessarily stick to you; it sticks to people around you. So that's what I call the matrix. But there's other, and I'm not saying I don't recommend it for that, because that's very egotistical. But some people are able to say that, like for me, I had really bad PTSD and stress, and I'm able to let a lot of that go to the point where I'm able to function to the point. Over the year, I've been doing this for 13 years now, and I feel a lot better. So yeah, on my website, well, to get this, you go to neologicaltech.com, but I have my testimonials are on neomeditations.com, and there's like, I don't know, probably about 300 or 400 comments in there you can check that I put up there, and pictures and so on.
Yeah, so I want to talk to you about radionics, but I also wanted to ask you about the number 22. So the key, is that the number of dimensions?
There's the way the core is built. I would start with like with this, I would be like a blue diamond and the ruby and the amethyst. So I would cover up with one layer, that would be platinum. And then I would wrap that with some crystal powders, some sand and so on. And then the next layer would be gold, do it again, silver, copper, then aluminum. The rest is all copper. So there's 22 layers of wrappings like that. That's why I call this the 22. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, someone was telling me that we have 22 emanations of ourselves. We exist in 22 locations at all times. So that's interesting. So talk about radionics and how it would be used with the cube.
Okay, so the study of radionics, according to my understanding, is a form of trying to match your vibration to a certain frequency. So with like a radionics generator, you could put your intention on the well. What they call well is where what's your desired manifestations, and then there's a dial plate where you can tune yourself to what's on that well. And then there's also a source where what you would put on the source, maybe a picture of yourself. So like for instance with the NeoCube, the source would be the pyramids and producing the chi, and the well would be the center where that all the crystals are inside the sphere. So this, in a way, this is its own radionics machine. It doesn't have electronics on it, but yeah, I mean that's so just like with radionics, you match yourself at a frequency. This is also vibrations, but it's powered through consciousness because there's crystals in here. It is my people that have used it, and including myself, believe that this thing is actually alive. So it's also based on your own intentions. So if you treat it badly, it will, give you. I mean, it's not going to hurt you, but some people that I've used that have entities attached to them, they don't like it because it helps show you a reflection of who you are. So we recommend that you have to be ready to integrate these aspects of yourself before you start using technology like this, conscious generators. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's like being in Sedona, everything's amplified. So if you're, if you're in a good mood, it gets better. If you're struggling, it's gonna get.
Okay.
But it's just clearing. Yeah. So that's so interesting. So have you ever tried it in a group setting where you place it in the middle and then you power an intention together?
Typically one cube for two people. Now as groups, I don't think I've ever tried it that manner. However, I have done group sessions before, and in those particular cases, yeah, that was a long time ago when I used to do that, but yeah, people liked it, and but my cube since then has improved quite a bit, so I would say it would be curious to see what, Yeah. And my problem is actually keeping these in stock, so there's rarely ever enough inventory to give large groups, but I'm working on that part.
Yeah, so we just did, with the scientists that just left, we did a group intention with 9 people and love, and we used some of these different, we used like, yeah. So James, this is so great. I'm so glad that you're stepping into your knowing and actually using your you know, your knowing to actually build these amplification devices. We know that everything is built on you know, geometries and intention and consciousness. And we also know that these metals amplify things, and we know that crystals store frequencies. So this is really mind-blowing technology, and I'm so glad you're here to bring it to the world. If you could manifest anything for yourself and for the loved ones around you, for the world around you, what would you, so they're saying that in the next couple of days, it's a new moon. It's like it's an eclipse. It's 20x power of a new chapter about to hit the entire world starting Wednesday. And it's a big window. So in your heart of hearts, what do you want for yourself and the world around you?
Oh, I rarely ever think, I mean, it's not that I don't ever think about myself, but I want to see everybody around me be happy and be successful. I would love to see a time, I don't know if you looked at my YouTube videos, I did a documentary about NESARA called Changes on the Horizon. It got nearly 5 million views, but I'm heavily shadow banned. So that documentary basically discusses how we can create a much better world for ourselves if we can just change the certain aspects of how our financial system work. So my goal, my intention for a better future is a future where we could be set free from the control of the monetary system, and then we can also have the advanced technology come out, and we'll all accept our unlimited potential of the possibilities of what's out there with this. Yeah, you know, if we have free energy, anti-gravity, re-aging technologies, and even more advanced types of consciousness generators. Possibly we can even talk to our loved ones on the other side, so we don't ever, so death will never be permanent. So there's a lot of possibilities and a very bright future. Now, yeah, since you did ask me what do I want in the future, I would love to have a, I don't know, is this going, how many people are gonna listen to this? I would like to see veterans of the secret space program get recognized. We all, at least, you know, unfortunately the public doesn't believe that we're real, most of the public, but I'm hoping that'll all change. And yeah, other than that, I don't really want to talk about myself too much on it. It's okay, just change it. I changed the question.
Okay, cool. Well, I hope that the blessings of your technology fill your, you know, and your deserving self to bring about all the things that you want in your life. And we'd love to invite you to our LightNet contact teams to talk to dead people, and we'd love to do that with you. So thanks for coming by today, and thank you, James. This is incredible. I can't wait to test it out.
Thank you.